Hey everyone, Sim Farmer here, and welcome to Transport Fever 2 and the first episode in our new Let's Play series on the Sim Farmer Plus channel. So we are on a very large European, temperate climate map. We're also on hard difficulty, which is something I've never attempted before on Transport Fever 2. So really looking forward to this and seeing if I can actually make a good success of this series. I've played the game a fair bit when it was first released, but not for a long time. I've never actually progressed very far in it. So really looking forward to giving this a go and seeing how well we can do. So what we need to do is to get started. We are in 1850, so it's going to be a little bit of a slow progress to get going. And money's very tight, especially playing on the hard difficulty as well. So we need something very kind of basic. So food processor, so grain to food processor, and then ship that to one of the local areas is going to be a good starting point. Or the other one is construction materials, which is a fairly simple process as well. So we need to try and find somewhere that's going to be relatively easy to get started and at least start to get some money coming in. So we've got food here, but no. There's a food processor up there, and a farm there, but I think that distance for now, just for using the horse and carts, a little bit too far to do that just yet. Braunstone needs food and construction materials. Got two farms there, but no food processor nearby. And let's have a look. Construction materials here. They need construction materials, but I can't see any quarry. There's a quarry just there, which again I think for now is just a little bit too far for to get us started. Don't think there's anything around here. I've got fuel and tools. Construction materials here, but a quarry there. But again, I think that distance is just a little bit too far for us at the moment. Yeah, just a little bit too far for us at the moment. So then Shoreham by Sea looks a good bet. We've got two farms here and a food processor. Let's have a look at Shoreham. So they require 47 food, which is not too bad. So that's definitely a possibility to start. So take grain from either of these two farms and then ship the food down to Shoreham by Sea. Well, it's not very by much sea, really, is it? It's a bit landlocked for a by sea name. Maybe we'll change some of the town names in the coming episodes. Let's have another look. So we've got Sleaford as well here. We've got a nice easy one. Got plenty of farms around here. Food processor, and then a short trip across to Sleaford for food. So that's definitely another good one as well we could start with. Great Yarmouth also requires food, but the food processor's a little bit too far for that one for now. Yeah, there's food processor over here as well, but no farms anywhere near it. No towns that require food either. They require fuel. We've got an oil refinery there and a fuel refinery, but no crude oil. Closest one is there, Winslow. There's a possibility for the future we can get a short train transporting some oil. So it looks like we've got plenty of opportunities, and we've got a nice quarry, construction materials, Great Yarmouth as well. So there's construction materials to Great Yarmouth. So that's another one we could look to do. So I think to start with, we'll go with, have a look at Sleaford. So they require 68 food, which is a decent amount. So we'll look at starting there. So we want to get a cargo terminal. We only want one platform for now. Well, we should only need one platform. Let's get this rotated round. Platform side, we'll go with left. We'll go 30 meters, so there's plenty of storage space for grain. I'll pop that down there. So that's our first building, and then we need another one over here. Let's try and work out, because we're going to need trucks coming in to deliver the grain and then trucks going out. Usually what I do, which is probably a little bit of waste of money, I usually build 2 different depots rather than have trucks use multiple ones. Same one for 2 lines. On hard mode, that's probably not the wisest of choices to do, because we want to try and save as much money as possible. So how can we do this one? Yeah, what I don't want is loads of trucks crossing each other. Yeah, this has been a while since I've played this, and trying to work out the best way to put these down. It's a little bit different from my usual way of doing it. Normally I would just put one depot over here for dropping goods off, and then one over here for taking goods out. Could possibly do something similar, because we don't necessarily need the depot to drop off, do we? Because we can put a truck stop. We put a truck stop there to deliver, and then we'll just put, let's get that curved. Not like that. Hopefully this will work. So we want new line. We'll go from Sleaford West, and we want to go to here. So yeah, they're just going to drop and then carry on loop round, and they're not crossing, going in and out there, so that's good. I'll just keep that red for now, and then we'll name it once it's all up and running. And then we need another depot, cargo drop-off point, should I say, for food. Just go down this smaller side road that looks like it's covering the majority of the food, and then we'll get another new line in. So we want to go from Sleaford transfer to there. That loops around fine, and they come in not crossing over. Nice. So again, I'll rename that in a minute. So what we need is a depot, so we can get some vehicles running on these lines. We'll build it towards the middle, so trucks aren't travelling too far from each end to get to where they need to go. And then we need some vehicles. So European horse-drawn carriages is our only option for now. So we're just going to get one to get us started, and we'll put that onto line 1. And then what I need to do is unpause it. I'll just speed it up, and I also need to remember how to do it. There we go. This is the one I'm looking for. I always like to turn these off. Right, that's better. Yeah, I don't like too many icons of all the vehicles going all over the map. So there's our first truck. So we've got plenty of grain coming through there now. I'm just going to slow that back down a little bit. So Sleaford requires 68. So food processor is a 2-for-1 ratio. So 2 grain to 1 food. So we need technically double that. So we need a, what's that, 136 throughput. from line 1. So let's just take a look at line 1. So currently we've got a rate of 5, so we need to increase that by quite a lot. So what we'll do is we'll duplicate that one. Let's bring that back up so we can see that's now up to 11. That's 21. 42, so we'll get another 4 for now. 64, that's close to where we need to be for half the rate, so speed that up a little bit. And then once we start getting some food production, I did turn the wrong one off. I want incoming costs off. Yeah, we've already got 75 grain and we're already getting the warning now for we're going to lose stuff, so let's just configure this and add another couple of platforms so we're not actually losing anything from that. There's that big convoy of horse and carts picking up our grain. So this, as soon as we get these first kind of load go through, we'll start getting some trucks onto the next line. Because the consumers won't show up until we actually have some way of actually delivering it, so the line doesn't register unless there's a vehicle on it. While they're doing that, we'll have a look at possibly what we can do for the next kind of line. They're kind of planning ahead here. So I did mention Shore and by Sea, I think was another good one. So we could... the downside to this one is we're going to have to build a road or travel through... I think we're possibly better off, I don't know actually, I don't think it really, that one looks a little bit closer. Maybe just extend that road off to there. So I think we'll do that one next. So let's just go and check over here. So these wagons are starting to come through now, so we'll get the next vehicle and we'll put this on to line 2. Oh. Yeah, do it the right way. Come on, Sim. Right, so that's the first vehicle on that line, so we should, yeah, there we go. Our first food waiting to be delivered. And so we need a rate of 68 on this line. We've currently got 4, so we're going to have to increase that a bit, but little point in doing that until we start actually getting some food built up here, ready to be delivered. But what we can do is let's... So 74 right now, they've settled down a little bit. Now they've all spaced out, so we'll add another 4 onto that one. What's that take us to? 99. 124 and 136.37, so that'll settle out once these space out a little bit more. So that should be enough trucks on there for now to keep up the demand, to get 100% on this. All we need to do now is just add a few more trucks on the Sleaford delivery line so we can increase the rate on that one once we start getting a bit more food come through here. So line 1, we're already up to 7,000 profit, nice. So what we do is, while we're waiting for that to just actually, let's get another couple of trucks. So we've got 7 food on there now. Get another 3 on there onto line 2. Hey, you don't want to put them on line 1. We don't need any more on that at the moment. That's got a rate of 17 with the 4 horse and carts on there now. We'll leave that for a little bit to start delivering. And yeah, what we'll do while we wait is we'll just rename these. So currently don't have any mods installed. One of the ones I should have got is the increased colour palette. So we'll go orange for the grain. We'll go yellow for grain. And we'll change this one so where we are, we're coming from Sleaford. Now what we'll call it is RT for road transport. So we've got grain to, and I think that is Sleaford food processor. Yep. And then we've got line 2, which we'll colour orange. And we'll go for that one because it's a bit more of a bread colour. And we'll call this one food to Sleaford. Oh, Sleaford. Sleaford. RT for road transport. Right, so that's the first 2 lines named. So yeah, we've got a load of food now building up. Let's get some more trucks on this one. Let's just check, that's 35. So we almost need to double that again. That takes up to 70, which is just over the 68. That's already up to 70 now anyway, so it's already increasing. Let's just let these backlog build up, clear. How much food have we actually got? 35 waiting. So we get, I don't want to quite double what's on there, so we'll get another 4 for now. That's 52. We'll just let those settle down. So let's check on the food line. So we've currently got a rate of 141, so we need to increase that a little bit more because we need, no, 140 is just over, isn't it? 70, yeah. So that's not too bad, and we are making good money on that now. Although it's going to be slow. So at 62,000, it's not a huge amount, but it is in profit, and this one will soon start making profit as well once these next load of trucks start delivering. So we're currently only 11, but that's already increasing again. I say it's always micromanaging these lines once you get them going. So I'm going to leave that for actually no, we're better off get this rate up first to what it needs to be. We'll get this up to about 70. Let's add another 4 onto there and see where that takes us. That's 65. Let's go another 2. That's just above 73. Well, that's what it actually is now, isn't it? And we'll get another couple on here. And that should do now. So I'm going to just slow the time down. We'll leave that one going away. And then we'll head over to Shore and by Sea. And then let's get this next line set up here. So we'll go from this farm here. The first thing we'll do is put the road in. I think come round there and kind of meet up with that junction there, or that bend there. Should do us. So hopefully this looks fairly flat, so it's not going to cost us an absolute fortune. join up with that junction there. So what we need to do is get a drop-off point. Just try and think. If we have it come there and then go straight, well, kind of have a loop so they can just loop around. And then we want to get the 2 depots in. So we want cargo depot down here. Let's try and work out which way this goes now. So they're going to come in. They should just turn straight in on that, shouldn't they? Should be the right way around. We'll soon find out when I put the new line in. So new line, we want to go from here to there. Yeah, so that's not crossing over. And that's looping around, so that's okay. So we'll change this one to yellow, as it was the grain. And this one is Shoreham, no, grain to I don't know what that means. Shoreham food processor. I don't know if that was classed as somewhere else then. So yeah, let's rename that. So we want RT for road transport, and we want grain to Shoreham food processor. And then we need another depot here. That one just there, and then we want another cargo drop off in Shoreham by Sea. We drop that one around there, and then what we'll have to do is just extend this road just so they can loop around and then come back out. And if maybe we need to just add a road coming off there as well, just to shorten the distance a little bit. That's something we can do. And we've got a little bit more money. Yeah, because that's crossing there. So what I want to do is I want those on this side dropping off. So we want manage line, Church Street, we want to go that way. That's better. So it's looping round without crossing over. So it's going to help keep the traffic flow a little bit. And yeah, that's fine going in there as well. Now this one we want food to Shoreham by Sea. Oh, I forgot the RT. Road transport. Just makes things easier when we start getting multiple sources of transport. So now what we need to do is get some trucks on this one, or trucks. Truck depot built would be handy first. Just drop that down there. 5 vehicles, so we want one of those for now, and we want this onto that line for now. Right, so that's going. So while that's just starting to get some production, it's like instant. Already getting grain showing up there. Just go back and check on how we're doing over here. So Sleaford, now we're up to 79 requirement and we're only hitting 50% currently. So let's just check this line. So the rate's still 77, just obviously we haven't delivered that much yet. So we'll speed that up a little bit. Getting plenty down here, plenty of grain, so we're not having any problems there. Let's just check the rate on this one. 155 on that. That's more than double what's required, so we should be okay there. So that should increase. We should start getting up to about 80-90% pretty soon. Let's just check on the line. So profit wise, I say we're not making huge amounts on hard difficulty with these lines at the moment, but it all does add up once we've got quite a few lines. We've got 3 million left, so we've spent roughly probably about $1.5 million on this line, and then $500,000 setting up the other one so far. So hopefully we can try and get another couple of lines in. So definitely look at the construction to Great Yarmouth. Build up these two areas, so we'll have food here, which is the commercial sector, and then construction materials, which will build up the industrial, and then we can start looking again a bus line between these two, because people are going to want to go to Great Yarmouth for work, Sleaford for shopping with the increased commercial district. So that'll be a good one to do. At least we're building up these two towns, we can start getting some passengers going. So what we need to do before we get carried away with another line, we need to get some more vehicles on this one. So what was the Shore and By Seas? 47. So we need to look again about 100 on this line, and we currently got a rate of 3 with one vehicle. So let's clone that one and clone them again, then we'll clone those. So 8 vehicles on that line now. We'll just let these go through and space ourselves out a little bit. And what we'll do as well, we'll just configure this one and just add a couple of cargo bays so we don't start losing too much food from that. Yeah, this is the downside to the 1850s. It's quite a start slower. I know a lot of people probably tend to start off a bit later, so it's not such a slow start. Just train-wise, I don't think you can actually look at the vehicles without building the depot, can you? I'm not quite sure what's actually available train-wise at the moment. Has this actually got some? So we have got a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll get one more vehicle and just put it onto the other line, just so it recognises. I'll keep that one there for now because I accidentally clicked the wrong thing and bought another one. Waiting times and loading times. I know it'd probably be better at the moment to have this sitting waiting for a full load or a set amount of time, so it's not going empty, but just so it actually recognises that we've put the line in, and that's definitely one road that could do with straightening out a little bit when we've got a bit more money, just to shorten the distance slightly, because that's quite a bendy road for a fairly flat. It's not perfectly flat, but it's not exactly like going around big hills like this. Let's see how these are getting on down here. so we've got currently only got a rate of 24 on this line. We need to get that up to 100. So if we pretty much double the amount of vehicles on there, so up to 16. And we'll soon start getting plenty of grain delivered here. Let's give us a decent start. So these two, we're already making that 86,000 profit on those two lines. These ones are yet to actually start making any profit, but they will do very soon. So Sleaford, the rate's already gone up to 96. So it's that kind of, this stage is micromanaging, keep adding vehicles to increase the rate. Currently the rate on this is 155, so we could take that up to 200. Let's get another 6 on there and see what that takes us to. That's 194. I want to get one more vehicle, but that'll take us to 31 vehicles. I don't like the odd numbers. I like to keep it even. So we've currently got a rate of 81 with the trucks we've got on that. And we're meeting 80%, so could do with another 2 or 3 trucks on there. But the trouble is now we've got this where we just don't have the food being produced, so we need to wait for that coming. It looks like we're just about getting enough to fill up a truck. So they're not going empty, which is good. So we need to wait for this to even itself out a little bit. What we'll do is we'll go 2 more, and we'll put those on the Sleaford grain, and that should take us just above 200 rate for that line. And then once we get a little bit more food stockpiled here, we'll increase the trucks on the other line. And then we're just doing the same thing on here, micromanaging these until we're all pretty much meeting. So supply so far we've not yet actually delivered any, but we are starting to get some through. So we'll put this truck on the Shore and Boy Sea line, as we've got some food waiting. Get another one on there. So how are we looking at profit wise? So still yet to start making a profit on the Shoreham lines. We're just about going blue there on the grain. The food one yet we haven't really delivered much yet. We'll get another one on that. That's only a rate of 14. But we need to get quite a few more on there. We are spending a lot of money now. Hopefully we'll have enough money just to get the next line in. We'll do the construction materials down Great Yarmouth, get that going, and then it's going to be a case of just sitting back and letting the money build up a bit so we can then gradually get some more lines in. Yeah, you've only got a rate of 55, so we could do with doubling this line, to be honest. It's another 16 vehicles. So it'll all be worth it in the end. I say nice slow start. Yeah, as you can see, we're getting quite a bit of food built up now, so we can slowly keep adding to this line. rate's 21 currently. We need that to go up to 47, was it, for Shoreham? Yeah, 49 we need for Shoreham. So we'll take it just above that. Okay, so just sped up time a little bit, and we're now pretty much making small profit still, but these lines are, their rates are pretty much what they need to be. So you can see we've got the food for Sleaford's currently rate 102, which is now what it's up to, just about 100. And then the grain is just above double, so double that. And then the same that one, the grain, that one's a little bit higher. And then currently Shoreham's got, I think, 57 requirements, so we're just above those for those, so we can leave those. So I'm going to turn this down, and just the last thing we'll do is look at getting this next line in for construction materials to Great Yarmouth. So we've got a nice short trip here, and again we've got, I know this one is only 1 for 1, so that's not too bad. So we don't need to double the amount of carts on this one. So we'll start off with the depot. Get that rotated round. I'll pop that in there. And then we'll put the next depot in here. Straighten that up a little bit. I'll do. We want a drop-off point. So what we'll do, we'll just put a loop around on that one as well. Back to there. It doesn't look pretty, but it works for now. Until we've got a bit more money, we can look at doing these depots a bit better and have different, like, ins and out roads. I think this is just a quicker, easier and simpler option for now. So we'll get a depot built. Let's just drop this down. Actually, we'll just drop that down there for now. And then the last thing we need is another drop-off point for cargo in Great Yarmouth. They're not very big, so it's going to take a while for this to build up, but why is that not getting all those? It's like right in front of those buildings, but yet it can't pick them up. So that looks like a better place there. If we drop it there, because that seems to be covering all of them, then what we'll do is straight. Oh, I don't want to remove that building. Bring that up to about there, and then we'll just loop that back on there for now. Let's get the lines in. So we want a new line, and we want to go from there to Great Yarmouth. So that's not crossing over, that's good, and I think that way is fine, yep. And then we'll get the next new line. We want to go from here to here. Make sure that's not crossing over either. Yeah, that's good. And then we need some trucks on there. Wagons, carts. 5 vehicles. We'll get one for now. And we want this one to go on to line 2. Let's just speed this back up a bit so that starts going. And then we'll call this one. So we are Coggeshall Construction Materials. So we want to give it that kind of colour, kind of an earthy colour. So we want stone to And I forgot again, RT for road transport, stone to Coggeshall, construction material factory. I've spelt that right, haven't I? Yeah, Coggeshall. And then this line B1, I'll keep it red because red. I'll go with that browny colour. It's more like a kind of bricky colour, although the red bricks. So I need the increased colour palette. There's certainly not enough colours in the base game. Alright, so we want road transport, and then we want construction to Great Yarmouth. So we've only got 22, so yeah, we're not going to need a huge amount of trucks on here. As you can see, the stone is already building up, so it's only a 1-for-1, so we only need a through rate of like 20. We've currently got a rate of 6 with just one vehicle, so it's not going to take many vehicles to get this line up and going, but then we're not going to make a huge amount of money either. So we'll double that. That takes us up to 12, and then we'll double that again. Is 24, and then we'll just put one extra on, just to give us that little bit of a buffer with the production. And then we'll get one more onto the construction line so we can get that going. So this is, it's going to be a slow start, I say, but we are making money. This line's up to 100,000 now, which isn't too bad. So all of those together, you know, we're looking at nearly $250,000. So if we can possibly get another line in, because this one hasn't cost too much money, we can find another one, or get at least another 2 lines, then we're not going to be doing too bad for a start. And then we can just micromanage those and try and look at getting some other lines set up. So once these have grown a bit, we definitely look again a bus route through there for now until we can get a train going, because there's definitely going to be in demand for passengers going through there. At the moment, yeah, there's definitely not a huge amount of traffic. So we've got 9 journeys currently going along that road, now 8. So there's not a huge amount for putting a bus route in at the moment. But you can obviously see there's definitely some demand there. So Sleaford, we are currently up to 80% on delivery of food there. Shoreham by Sea, also 80%. So I think these have increased, so that's now up to 79. It was, I think the rate we've only got is about 60. Let's just have a look. So yeah, Shoreham by Sea, our current rate for delivery is only 60, so 80% is not too bad. No, it's now up to 81. So say it's all that constantly keep micromanaging these, adding vehicles to keep up with the demand. But the increased demand obviously makes it easy to get more money. So just check the lines over here. So this line we currently 32. We need to get a few more vehicles on here, so we've only got 22, so let's just increase that and then we'll end it there for this episode. So we want to take this up to 20. We're going to need a few more trucks on this one because it's a longer distance to travel. That's 10. That's 20, and then one more should do us on that. I think, yeah, 23 rate on there. Well, that should do us nice. So yeah, I think we've got a fairly decent start. As I mentioned before, if you do have any suggestions, I should turn that down so we don't get too far ahead. Yeah, any suggestions on mods, suitable mods? I don't currently have any mods installed, but I know there is a few that I will look at getting added on, which will be beneficial, especially like the more line colours. So yeah, if there is any other mods you recommend me taking a look at them, please do let me know in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. And if you did enjoy the video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that as well. It does help the algorithm with the videos a little bit. And yeah, any other general comments, questions, then leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer them. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. I'm going to have videos from lots of different games on this channel. So my main channel is Farm Simulator 22 currently. So this is a secondary channel where I won't post as many videos, but it allows me to do some stuff on other games that I like to play. And my regular subscribers on my main channel can get to see me do some other stuff as well. So yeah, if you've not subscribed, then please do consider that. I really appreciate those that have done so far as well. And I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoy the upcoming content. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.